Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more, or hire us to do it for you. Let us focus on what we do best so you can stay focused on what you do best. Find all of our options under services, one-to-one training, subscription-based training, or accounting and business consulting. Hey, accounting pros. This is for you. So this is a very scaled down version of what I've gone to build out in great scale in our 97 and Up program. 97 and Up program is just $97 a month. You can sign up for it right on our website. Just go to subscription-based training, scroll to the bottom of the page, and you'll see the options, and you'll see $97 a month. And there's a whole course that I give at the beginning of which is a detailed analysis, and you get the template to download that will walk you through how to populate it so you can set your goals for the year. And this is a perfect time to get started, especially on a process like this. But for now, what we've got is, and I've done just a very simple sketch here. Let's say you have bookkeeping services, CFO consulting, and training services. And let's say our monthly fee is going to be $500, $2,500, and $250 respectively, right? And let's say we're starting with 15 clients. We have 3 CFO clients and 20 training clients, right? And so what this is going to do is this takes that base rate times and adds 10% to that, right? So let's change that, and let's just set very straightforward growth rates, right? So let's go like so. We're going to make everything 0. So let's just say the first month is going to be equal to the base rate. And then let's set just simple, modest goals. Let's say 1 new bookkeeping client every month. I think that's pretty reasonable. Right? And for CFO consulting, I'll speak from my own personal experience. You only want so many of these because this requires a lot of resources, right? You might even raise the price if you get too many of these because, again, it consumes a lot of resources to provide this kind of service. But in short, you have to pay a lot of attention to them, right? We have to constantly be reviewing the numbers, laying out those yardsticks, right? Setting up the projections, comparing estimated to actuals. This is the stuff I do in the CFO consulting services that we offer. So you might want to say not even 1 per month, right? Let's just say in January we'll add 1 more, right? Give that, because these things also have a way of, ramping up, and as we ramp up, it scales down in terms of the resources required. So let's say we want to add 1 a quarter, right? So the next one we would want to add would be in April. I'll make that 5, right? Then in July, we'll go to 6, and in October, we'll go to 7, and so on, right? And that's pretty healthy, right? And it's a good revenue stream. And training, let's say we're going to stick with an average, because training clients is kind of a revolving door, right? Most of them don't stick around permanently. They come in, they get the help that they need, and then they move on, and then new people come in. So I like to think of this as a bit of a revolving door. Maybe the goal is going to be to get that up to 25 a month. So let's just say add 1 a month to that number, right, until we get to 25. And then kind of level that off, right? And then at this point, it might be time to look at if you actually find yourself reaching this goal or heading towards it, as you go out and look at your estimated to actuals, then you might find when you get to, when you see that you are in fact consistently adding 1 more training client per month on average to the training client mix, then you might want to start thinking in terms of hiring somebody so that by the time you get here, it's not just you offering the service, right? And down here, the formulas work exactly the same as the, the other model. I actually made a carbon copy of the e-commerce model and then just tweaked it, but the formulas are simple. You just saw me write the formulas for the volume, and then the revenue is simply taking the volume and the corresponding product above times its monthly fee, right? And like I did with the e-commerce, we'll go out to the bottom rightmost cell to confirm, and sure enough, it's getting my monthly fee from there, and it's getting my volume from there on the last row. So that's perfect. And not a bad little revenue base for this, right? Keeping in mind, and this is important, and a little mistake here, so this should be 3, right? We're not losing the clients, we're just keeping it at 3, then we keep it at 4, right? 5, and then this stays at 6, and then finally we finish the year off next year at 7, right? So I saw the drop in revenue, I was like, wait a minute, that's not right, right? So once we have the 3, we assume we're going to keep them. And so not a bad revenue base. If I add up just for the 2019, this suggests we're going to do $375,500, which is pretty good for a small accounting or bookkeeping practice, right? really good actually. And when I do my 97 and up sort of spiel on marketing, I say to people, look, I can show you how to build a practice that does at least 200,000 a year in revenue. It's not going to happen overnight, but I can show you how to build up to that. And I just sketched out a model for you of what that can look like. And it comes down to charging the flat monthly fees and then staying focused on, achieving the goal with respect to the number of clients that you're going to have. And as I mentioned in the other videos, this makes all the difference. Having this to look at, having this to have right in front of you is what I know helps me stay focused on achieving these goals every single day. I am laser focused. I am practically obsessed with this. And ever since I've employed this in my own life, so to speak, I've seen a marked improvement in my focus on productivity. So that's my main message to you here is you do this kind of stuff and it helps you stay focused. It's not rocket science. It's not magic. It's just a question of staying focused. And this is what I talked about when I presented at QuickBooks Connect last year. I did a whole session on planning and focus. And this was kind of the essence of it, is creating a spreadsheet and a plan where you outline what your goals are, and then every day you look at it so that you stay focused on achieving those goals. That, my friends, is projecting revenue for accountants and bookkeepers, for accounting pros, from yours truly, Seth David at nerdenterprises.com. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, feedback, you know where to find me, you know where to reach out to me, or sign up for 97 and up, and then you have access to me pretty much 24/7 through Slack and twice a week in a live call on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. And we do this, and we do it a lot, and we help each other. It's not just me. You'll get help from the other members of the group who are all incredible. I look forward to seeing you on the web. I hope you learned something here and had some fun along the way. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. And again, I look forward to seeing you on the web.